All right, give me a round of applause if you've been to this event before in the past. All right. All right, give me a round of applause if this is your first time to this event. All right. We got a bunch of newbies, got a bunch of noobs in the crowd. So, what we're about to do here is the most impactful thing that happens at this event. And this is not just a gut feeling. This isn't Wade's opinion. This is the opinion of our organization. We have data behind this. Justin, we got data behind what I'm about to say. At the end of the night after this event, we send out an engagement survey. And that's for everybody to participate in. And we want everybody to participate in that survey after this event. We want to know your opinion. And the number one thing that comes back that people appreciate the most about this event is the speaker. And what we do is we take an employee from our organization that has a good story to tell, and we bring them on stage, and they tell a story about their employee experience with our company and how it's impacted them both professionally and personally. So tonight, I am very happy to announce our speaker. Before tonight, it was our 5-time Employee of Excellence for our Greeley location. Tonight, I have the pleasure to announce our 6-time Employee of Excellence winner of the Greeley location. So, everybody give a warm applause and let's welcome Miss Shanise Garcia to the stage.
Hello. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I'm a dancer, so I perform in front of people before, but not this many people. All right, well, good evening, everybody. I hope you are all having a wonderful night. Everybody looks fantastic. Most of you know who I am. For those of you who don't, my name is Shanise Garcia. I am an assistant manager at the original Greeley location, and I have been working with the company for 6 years now. You know, if you were to ask me years ago what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be, working for a car wash was definitely not on the top of my list. Nor did I expect to be here for as long as I have been, but I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking in your mind like, yeah, me too. But here we are, right? I've lived in Greeley, Colorado my entire life, and I've been around Greeley everywhere, but no matter how many times I've passed on the highway, I never once looked in the direction of Breeze Thru Car Wash, and I didn't know that this place existed. Well, looks like our brand department has some work to do. Just kidding, Wade. But I was asked to prepare a speech for you all tonight, and in the moment that I was asked to prepare this, I was honestly shocked and excited at the same time, because for as many years as I've been here, I wanted to come up here and tell my journey. Now that I'm up here, it's not so easy. But I feel honored to be the very first out of the leadership team to be able to come up here and share my story with you all. As I was preparing my speech, I had my first meeting with Wade. He was helping me prepare for this and getting me all ready. So Wade, wherever you're at, thank you. He had asked me if I had any questions at our very first meeting at the very end. And I was like, yeah, Wade, why me? Like, why am I chosen to do this? And if you know Wade and his Alabama accent, he was like, 'cause you got street cred. And I was like, Wade, I don't know what that is. But he explained to me the way that I see it is you have been the employee of excellence for 6 years now. You have been with the company for a very long time. You are somebody who lives by the values, and you have been here through the good times and the bad times, and you have credibility, and that is why you were asked to do this. As I was writing this, I didn't know where to begin or what to write about. I didn't find my story as interesting as others. But to be quite honest, I'm sure all of us in this room have some sort of a story to share, so here's mine. In 2018, after my high school graduation, I decided I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be a surgeon and go for pre-med. And that didn't end up working out for me. So I thought I would put that on pause for now and decide to find a job that could help me financially save up, and I would decide to go in a couple years. My friend Enoch at the time, who had worked here a couple years ago, he is still a part of the Brewster family as of today. He is the one who mentioned it to me and was like, Shanise, why don't you work at Brewster Car Wash? And again, I didn't know that this place even existed, so I had asked him about it, and he gave me a brief rundown of what Brewster was about, and I became interested instantly. So I ended up applying, and I got the interview, and within an hour after my interview, I got the call back that I got the job, and that is where it began for me with Brewster. With this being my first job, I started off as a customer service attendant. And then within a year and a couple months, I ended up moving my way up to management. As I was working at Brewster, I wasn't looking to move up. I just wanted to stay where I was comfortable. And at the time, I didn't believe in myself to be a great manager or a leader at the time. But I did have a group of people who did believe in me. You know, my management team continuously would ask me or compliment me and make comments like, hey, Shanise, you would be a great manager one day. When are you going to be one? Or, Shanise, you would definitely rock a black shirt. And for those of you who don't know, when you get a black shirt, it's indicating that you've moved up into a supervisor role. I had a bunch of people who believed in me more than I believed in myself. And so I would go home and contemplate whether or not I should do this, and I would go back and forth. And then I thought in my mind, like Michael Jordan famously once said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking of a time where you missed out on an opportunity that you didn't take. So I didn't want to be in that predicament. So I decided I'll do it. I was promoted to management January 24th, 2020. I had just got a new position, just got my first apartment. And I thought everything was on the come up for me until that was the year that COVID had hit. So I was wondering how I was going to make ends meet, what I was going to do in this new position. I had no clue what I was doing. But I did have somebody who was able to lead me and guide me through it. This person had worked for Brewster a couple years ago. She's still part of the Brewster family as of today. And she was my aftercare manager at the time. Her name is Izzy Mead. At the time, it was Izzy Remington. Izzy had taught me the ins and outs of the site. She had taught me how to do the aftercare maintenance, how to keep up on maintenance, how important it was. She had showed me everything that I needed to be a great leader and all the attributes of a great leader. She even got me through my advanced training and my manager training. And I look up to Izzy as somebody who is a hard worker and has strive and motivation. And I don't think I would be where I'm at today if it wasn't for Izzy. So I want to take the time to thank Izzy Mead for helping me in the position that I'm at today and for making me confident as a manager. Growing up, I didn't have a father in my life. It was just me and my mom for quite some time. And that had shown me that I've had to learn responsibility at a very young age. I always had this end goal that I needed to grow up fast so that I could help my mom financially. I didn't want to see her struggle. And when I was 5 years old, we would always go to her work at her hair salon, and I would take the initiative to sweep up hair. And I ended up getting tips from the customers and from the other hairdressers. So I ended up starting my own savings. At the age of 10, I learned how to mow lawns, and I started saving up then as well. I didn't realize that growing up fast and learning responsibility at a young age had caused some trauma for me. I didn't get to live like a kid should. My goal was to always have good grades in school so that I could graduate and have a good career, just so that I could be able to help provide. At the time, I felt like I wasn't getting the attention that I needed from my family. I did everything that I could to prove to my family that I was worth something because I didn't want to end up like my biological father. I ended up feeling like the black sheep, and no matter what I did, I feel like all I ever got was just a good job. And all of that had caused a lot of anxiety and depression, and all of that weighed really heavy on me. And it made me feel alone, and I felt deeper in a hole where I didn't want to be. This next part is a little difficult for me to talk about. A couple of years ago, when I was in a really dark place, I went through something that I never told anybody except for the people who were involved that day. I had woke up one morning and received bad news, and I felt like that's what did it for me. My heart was heavy, and I had this anxiety in the pit of my stomach that just made me want to throw up. So I decided that I would walk to my bathroom and close and lock the door behind me. And I reached in my cabinet and I grabbed a bottle of pills, prescription pills. And I poured them into the palm of my hand, and I stood there for a second. And I really thought, is this what I want to do? If I was ready to end my life. I tried to overdose, and before it could go any further, I had 3 people who ended up barging into the bathroom within a minute and saved my life. And it was my 2 friends, Alyssa and Tabry, and my fiance, Tony. I don't remember much after that, but I want to take the time to thank them, because if they didn't do that, And if they didn't save my life, I wouldn't be here today. I decided to share my story with you all because I want to inspire anybody who is going through a situation, and I want to be able to save lives and be that mentor for somebody one day. After that incident, I realized that I needed help, so I sought therapy myself. I had insurance with the company, so I was able to get free insurance or free therapy, sorry. And I decided that I would do the right thing and open up to my family about my situation because I had never told anybody what I was going through. I felt like I could just go through the situation myself and be strong, but the truth is that only lasted for a little while. With everything that was going on, I had felt really overwhelmed, and I felt like it was the right thing to do by resigning from my position. So I had emailed somebody. I had emailed Justin, and I had told him my situation and everything that was going on in my life. And instead of emailing me back, he actually called me. And we talked on the phone for about an hour, and he wanted to know what was going on. So I gave him everything that I was feeling, why I felt like I couldn't do this anymore. And he understood, and he cared about me not only as an employee, but as a person. And at the end of it, he told me, I think I know somebody who can help you a lot better than I can. And that's when I had met Kelsey. Kelsey and I had met up one day for lunch, and Kelsey was just a stranger to me. But she listened to me and she understood me and she wanted to help me. So she said, Shanise, why don't you head to Wyoming and go to the Wind River Bioscan with the owner, Jim Rubino? He can help you and get these all natural medications for your anxiety and your depression. I was interested and I wanted to do it, but I was discouraged at the same time because I didn't have a reliable car to get me that far. So Kelsey planned a day for us to head up to Wyoming, and she took me to my appointment and brought me back. And she didn't have to do that, but because of her authentic care, she was one of the person who has impacted my mental health today. So I want to thank Justin and Kelsey for both of your authentic care and caring for me as a person and helping me get better. A couple months later, I had started running low on my medication, and I had seen Kelsey one day on site, and she had asked me how everything was going. I told her it was going great, except I was under one condition. I was running low on my medicine, and I didn't have the money at the time to restock up. And she mentioned to me, why don't you reach out for the Breeze Through Foundation Fund? I'm a stubborn person, so I didn't do that. I didn't want to ask anybody for financial help. And what ended up happening is I got a text from John Agnew, and he wanted to have a meeting. So we had met up one day. He had asked me what was going on and was just listening to me. And I had told him everything that I was going through. And then one day I ended up showing up at home to a box at my doorstep. And John Agnew had ordered my supplements for me. And come to find out, Kelsey had actually reached out to the Breeze Through Foundation. All of these people showed me great, authentic care and invested in me. And I want to thank all of you for your help and dedication in getting me better for my mental health. Fast forward to today, my mental health is great, and it has been for 4 years now. I have also learned how to control my anxiety. As you could see, I'm standing right here. I know that I had said that growing up had caused some trauma for me at a very young age because I had to learn responsibility, but honestly, it has prepared me for where I'm at today and what I'm capable of. Being with Breeze Through, I have gained a lot of leadership skills. I am now a hip hop director at my dance company, Colorado Dance Collective. I am very blessed to say that I have a job, one that has helped in many ways. It has helped me a lot financially. I was able to purchase a newer car recently. I'm able to afford my own place. I am now engaged. So now I am saving for a wedding, our own home, and hopefully to start a family soon. I have also gained a lot of friends. And at the time when I had first started, I thought I wanted to go in the path of being a surgeon and helping people. I thought that was the only way to help people. But as I've been working here, I found a new career path, something that I'm interested in doing. I want to own my business one day because I'm passionate in developing people and I want to be a mentor for someone else one day. I want to take the time to thank everyone for believing in me and supporting me. And I want to thank you all on my team. Where's my team at? I want to thank you all for your support and believing in me and trusting me. And always voting for me as the employee of excellence because that means a lot to me. I want to thank my leadership team for trusting me and empowering me. I want to thank all of my family and all of my friends for all the love and support that you give me. And finally, I want to thank my beautiful fiance, Tony, for being there with me through every step of the way, for all the hardships and all the support and love. And I love you very much. Lastly, I want to thank you all for your time and listening to my story. I hope that you find this story influencing and think about who you could be that mentor for one day. And maybe you too can rock a black shirt like me. My name is Shanise Garcia, everybody. Thank you.
Well, that was powerful, wasn't it? That was amazing. Let's give it up one more time for Shanise. What an amazing story. And over the years, we've heard so many amazing stories of how Thru Car Wash has had amazing positive impact on people's life. Thank you for taking the time to do that, Shanise. That was amazing.